Good evening, folks, and welcome to beautiful Kittredge Field here in Boulder, Colorado. We have number 9 University of Colorado Buffaloes taking on Chapman University Panthers, who are ranked number 5, which should be a pretty fun and exciting game. Teams are lined up and shaking hands right now at midfield on the logo, and we'll keep you guys tuned in here with the best information we can to get you guys some valuable lacrosse insight for the game. Goalies shake hands, walk to their goals. Sideline for CU is pretty loud and vocal and pumped up. Chapman seems to be steady, quiet, focused. We'll see how that translates into the play as we set up here for the first face-off. Number 15, Broderick Vitale, set up going against number 9 for Chapman at the X. We'll see what the X brings to the game for today. Usually a key component, 1/3 of the game of lacrosse is trying to win the face-off. More possessions equals more goals. We'll see what happens here today. Ball is down. Refs are setting the ball. We go whistle. Fighting against each other. Vitale has it, pops it out, loose ball. Chapman and CU both fighting for it. Chapman comes up, but the ride is on from the attack as they are at the restraining line, putting on a heavy ride right now. Loose ball push on CU. Chapman will be given the ball. 63 seconds on the reset on the shot clock as they are clearing the ball now. CU looks to not be in their traditional 10-man ride. They're bumping side to side, staying with the ball, leaving the backside open, and they force a turnover. Ball goes out right by the Chapman sideline. CU ball on the attack. CU likes to typically stay in an open set on offense and either work in pairs or threes, but keep constant motion and kind of keep a read and react offense. So we'll see what they set up in here today. Right now, early, it looks like they've got a kind of offset with one guy behind. 3 at the mid and 2 up top, kind of a 1-3-2 is what we like to call that there. Dodging from the wings. Oh, number 14 shot down the alley, sticks it high to low in the bottom left corner. And we have a goal for CU, up 1-0. Chapman on-ball defender looked to be there. Lost a little bit of separation, and the slide was there, but a little bit late for Chapman. CU was able to get their hands free and rip a nice high-to-low shot on the run and stick it in the corner. Back at the face-off X, we have Broderick Vitale and number 9 for Chapman. Broderick won the first draw, but Chapman came up with the ground ball, so they are leading 1-0 in the face-off category. Mind you here, folks, I'm just giving you forewarning. I am not a play-by-play expert. I'm more of a color person who is holding tight while we wait for our play-by-play person, James, to join us. I will do my best to let you guys know what's going on in the game here. Feel free to tweet me at Juan Denver with no spaces to get more feedback and give you guys some information that you're looking for. We appreciate the support. CU has the ball deep in the Chapman possession. Setting back up to their open set. Spacing is very crucial for the CU offense here. You have to be able to beat your defender, draw a slide, and move the ball or put it in the back of the net. CU has Chapman hung up at X. Oh, and as they're trying to mess with the hung up defender and goalie, they step in the crease violation. Chapman ball clearing the other way towards the CU off defense. Coach John Galvin loves to put a lot of ride and create chaos. Put a lot of pressure and create a lot of chaos with the ride. CU now has 2 forced turnovers off the ride as they force another one there, and CU's back on the attack. Ben Willows rocking a nice leg sleeve. Getting steezy out there for a pale pasty guy. Swinging the ball around. CU has the ball at X, is working it around. Takes a shot from behind, saved by Chapman. Goalie rebound. Ground ball recovered by Chapman, clearing the ball the other way. CU back on the ride, forces another turnover for Chapman. This time on their side of the midfield, CU's pushing the ball back the other way to Chapman. Pushing in transition, we get a shot. Backed up by CU. CU will retain possession. We're going to get a timeout from Chapman here on a dead ball. CU's bench is fired up and very energetic. A lot of chaos and pressure early given by the CU side, getting more possession for them. Chapman, not one offensive possession yet, turning the ball over a lot, looking a little razzled here. We'll see what they bring out of this timeout. Welcome back to the stream here in Boulder, Colorado. Coming out of the timeout, CU is on offense. After that Chapman timeout, Coach Dallas Hartley trying to get people dialed back in, seeing if his team has a little bit of nerve, see if he can even them out here and let them know that they're only down by a goal and that they don't need to freak out and get back to what they can do. See if CU can keep the foot on the pedal here and keep scoring some goals. CU has the ball up top, swings it over to the midfield, back over to the wing now. Seem to be pressing the wings a lot here, trying to get top side on the defender, get him lost at where he's at on the field. CU with a dodge and a nice shot on a sweep dodge. What is a dodge that we call when they dodge over the top of the defender rather than going down the side? They press top side and try to get to the middle of the field. Usually puts the defense in a very vulnerable spot. Had a great look there, just couldn't, a little bit over the cage and couldn't bury it. CU has the ball back at X, 63 seconds on the shot clock, inverting a shorty behind. Puts a lot of pressure on a shorty defender, creates offense for them. Have a nice step down opportunity, but CU drops the ball. Chapman picks it up on a ground ball, pushing in transition here, see if they have numbers. Looks like CU's middies gets back, drops in well so that they play even across here. Chapman with their first offensive possession, swinging the ball back behind through X. Carrying it up along the far near sideline to me. Swings the ball back over to the middle. They seem to be taking a long time on their subs. 63 seconds on the shot clock. Chapman, slow offense here. Seem not to be wanting to use the clock to their advantage. A little bit of delayed subbing. Chapman with 2 attackmen behind and 4 middies up top. It's not exactly clear what kind of offensive set they're in. They seem to be trying to spread CU out. Staying very open. CU putting good defensive pressure on, trying to keep Chapman at bay. 36 seconds on the shot clock. Chapman sweeps to the middle, tries to draw a side out of CU. CU has good patience, finds the ball. Shot by Chapman from the wing, but CU gets a trail check from behind that throws a shot off. Chapman ball, 28 seconds, ball is at X. Look for Chapman to potentially kind of milk the clock here and then throw the ball in the deep corner and get early subs so that CU doesn't have any transition, or they may attack the late clock. It doesn't seem like they have a set yet. Chapman with a shot, 10 seconds to go on the shot clock, dodge down the side. It'll be Chapman ball on the far sideline near the benches. CU seems to be locking off and putting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chapman with a feet inside right on the crease, but it's a mom goal, side of the net. Shot clock violation on Chapman. Good job by the CU defense there to kill the clock. CU on the clear. Uh-oh. Chapman picks up the ball on a failed clear by CU. Goal for Chapman as the goalie's out of the cage. Mental error there by CU on the clear. The pull was passing it to the goalie in the middle of the field as an attackman was playing 2-on-1 there and forced a bad pass by CU. Picked up the ball on the clear and shot a goal right away. Score's tied up 1-1, 9:42 to go here in the first quarter.
Go, Larry! Come on, Larry!
Jack Cranston coming in on Twitter with a great question. Jack Cranston, former team MVP and player for CU Buffaloes. is the Steph Curry of lacrosse, can shoot from anywhere. And, man, you don't want to be in front of that. Jack asked if the game against Concordia. First of all, Jack's looking past this game, which is a very important game for CU's schedule and strength schedule and a must-win. And Concordia, a D2 riser who is now playing in D1, has shown to be very good early in the season. I think it is an important game for CU to play tight. Coach John Galvin only looks one game at a time, so Jack, I recommend you do the same. 9:10 to go here in the first quarter. Chapman's got the ball in their offensive end, carrying the ball down the wing, passing it to X. They seem to be keeping two attackmen at X, trying to swing the ball from right to left or left to right, whatever side the middies dodge down quickly to capitalize on pushing the ball on the backside. CU with phenomenal defensive pressure right now. Keeping on the hands is with the poles, which is very good, staying sound body position so that they're not in a bad position to be beat. 2 seconds on the shot, or 20 seconds on the shot clock, my apologies. Chapman with the ball at X, trying to push, work on a defender, but doesn't seem to be a lot of ball movement. It seems to be a lot of one-to-one individual battles here for Chapman. 10 seconds on the shot clock, pushing towards the middle of the field. CU's doubling the ball. Shot saved by CU. Goalie's out of the cage. Ball is loose. Chapman retains the shot. Shot and a miss. Just bounces and misses over the top of the cage. Ball is chased out by CU. CU will hold on to the ball and is now clearing. Refs are calling for the ball to be reset as we're looking for a clock reset. It seems that the bench may have started the clock too early. And here we go. I want to remind you folks that with the new shot clock rules, you have 10 seconds to get over the midline and 80 seconds of total time. I apologize, take that back. Not 10 seconds, 20 seconds to get the ball over. CU successfully gets the ball over the midline, is now pushing in transition. Carrying the ball in the middle of the field on their offensive side, getting back into their open set. They seem to be in an offset 1-2-3. Crease appears to be open right now, and a lot of dodging and pressure from the offensive middies at the wings. Chapman with great on-ball defense forces the ball on the ground, both teams battling for a ground ball. We'll see who comes up with it. Ball is loose up in the air. 30 seconds on the shot clock for CU. Mind you, that clock does not reset unless at one point Chapman retains possession and CU forces a turnover. 23 seconds and counting. CU with the ball behind X, swinging the field. We have a late cutter down the middle of the field. 17 seconds. Look for them to go right away here, and if not, get their middies off early and drop them in on the defensive zone so that they can not be beat by Chapman's transition offense. 8 seconds and counting. 7, 6. CU pushing from X. Pushes a far pipe. Look for a shot here. One of the middies takes off right away and gets the LSM on for CU. The other two middies will drop. Like I said, they want to drop so that they can keep Chapman's offense from getting behind them and pushing early transition offense. CU's looking to play 6-on-6 here. Another hard ride from CU's attack as Chapman's midi has a successful clear. Takes a couple whacks across the body, as is to be expected in a heated rivalry like this game. Chapman now with the ball in their offensive zone and is swinging it around the cage, subbing their middies on. Note of so far, in my opinion, is that CU has been a little bit crisper and cleaner in the subbing game. Chapman seemed to be taking their time and not too concerned with the clock. They're trying to have longer methodical possessions with one-on-one focus. CU seems to be in a bit more of a team-oriented motion with quick subbing. Something to be note of here as the clock is shifting the game and is forcing people to play a little bit quicker. Chapman swings the ball around, dodging from the wing, sweep to the middle. Good on-ball defense by CU, very aggressive with heavy checks. Chapman draws a slide. See if CU makes a mistake here by creating offense by unnecessarily sliding. Swings the ball back around. Chapman with a shot just over the crossbar. Chapman will retain the ball. 16 seconds to go. Ball is at X. Chapman pushing the ball here. Shot low to high. Just misses the cage wide left. Chapman will retain possession. 6 seconds to go on the shot clock. Look for an early step down or shot from behind here by Chapman. Swings the ball to the backside. Chapman attackman has it. Shot just wide. clock violation on Chapman. That is now their second, if not third, violation, which speaks well for CU's offense to be able to withstand these long possessions. CU midi is clearing the ball up the near side. Swings the ball back to his goalie as they are pushing on their clear. CU's goalie now carrying the ball over the midline. Violation on CU, and that is that 15-second clock. I was wrong earlier on the 10 and 20. It is 15 seconds. You have 15 seconds from the time of picking up the ball to get it over the midfield. Chapman applying a bit of a 10-man ride forces CU into not getting the ball over quickly enough, and a violation on CU to give Chapman the ball back. Chapman pushing here. Good double by CU as they capitalize on Chapman subbing and having a defensive advantage. Chapman is somehow able to get the ball around and retains possession. Chapman stalling on the ball a little bit here, as I said earlier. They seem to be dragging their defenders with one-on-one focus and not trying to get everyone involved. Very slow and methodical attack here. And we have a ref whistle timeout from the officials to reset the cage as it was off kilter. Chapman will retain possession, 37 seconds to go on the clock. .424 here to go in the first quarter. Chapman with the ball. Game tied 1-1, 34 seconds to go on the shot clock. Number 4 for Chapman with a great split dodge back to middle. Shot low to high, saved by CU for number 23. And back out on a quick clear, pushing the ball on the far side of the field. CU looking to push a little bit in transition here. Trail check by Chapman, able to get a piece as CU shoots. Good possession shot, as we call it, for your team to retain the ball, but take an opportunity if you have it. 65 seconds on the shot clock for CU. CU late subbing, trailing midi here. See if they can catch him running full speed downhill. Appear not to be the look this possession. CU with a mental error on the turnover. Didn't catch the ball. You got to catch it before you run with it. And Chapman now has the ball clearing towards CU's defense. Chapman makes a high-risk, low-reward pass across the middle of the field, and it is off, which forces the ground ball. CU now has the ball and pushing towards their offensive end. Pasty Ben Willows with the leg sleeve, back dodging on the wing. Trying to force himself underneath, draws a slide, swings it to the backside to an attackman, swings it back up top. CU seems to be in attack mode right now. Sweep dodge over the middle by CU, left-handed shot, low to high, far right corner goal. Count is 2-1 CU with 2:55 to go in the first quarter. Back at the face-off, Broderick Vitale versus number 9 for Chapman. Been a pretty good battle so far today. No one has clearly won the ball on any draw, so we'll see as that progresses for the rest of the day. Whistle is blown. They're both at it. Chapman wins the draw back to their wing. Unable to come over the ground ball. Broderick Vitale keeps his nose to the ball and finds GB. CU's ball. 75 seconds to go on the clock. CU retaining possession here. Scored another one, probably trying to build off that goal and keep some momentum here and build some breathing room. Attacking from the right wing. Left-handed sweep dodge to the middle of the field. No slide drawn. Swings it back to the other side, pushing from the other wing now. Good communication by the CU sideline. Lots of echoing going on, which is important for the players out on the field to be able to hear what the coach is trying to convey them. Otherwise, Coach John Galvin may not have a voice tomorrow. Shot that is backed up by CU. CU will retain possession. 75 seconds to go on the clock. Seems that they got a new clock off a reset. CU with the ball on the top wing. Dodging back to the middle. Swings it back to the wing. Like I mentioned, folks, they're trying to push the wings and seem to be getting topside quite often, which does not bode well for Chapman's defense. Their defender should not be giving up the middle that easily and is creating offensive looks for CU. 50 seconds to go here. CU seems to be working this pair in the top left corner, but Chapman's pulls seem to be stout. CU with the ball at X, swings the field. CU seem to be carrying the ball without moving too much. Good check to the head there. I think the ref probably missed that one with some helmet-to-helmet contact, but solid hit by number 24 for Chapman. Knocks the ball down and forces a turnover for CU. Chapman with the ball on their end now. CU's defense doing a great job of communicating, making sure they're matched up and ready to go, whoever the slide man is. For you folks out there, a slide man is the person who helps the defender that is on ball that is beat. He could be called the rotate guide in basketball. It's an important concept of defense in lacrosse. Chapman carrying the ball, holding on to it a little bit here, milking some clock. Usually getting into the mid to low 40s on their possession before they start attacking the cage. Seems to want to keep the ball out of the offensive end of CU with that high-powered offense. Want to take their time on their possessions to keep it out of their hands. Pushing the ball at X, swinging the field. Attacking from the top corner. We'll split to the middle with a roll dodge to a step-down shot that goes wide. Chapman backs up the ball, will retain possession. 25 seconds to go on the shot clock, 31 seconds to go in the game clock. We have a short goalie timeout. His parents didn't teach him how to tie his shoes, loop, swoop, and pull there. Goalie appears to be cleated up and ready to go. Here the goalie calling green, which for those of us who played at CU and are familiar with the call means an adjacent. Adjacent means the guy to the left or right is going to help if the person on ball is beat, versus a crease slide where the crease guy is always going to go no matter who's beat. CU with a good double on the rollback, forces a turnover, ball's loose on the ground. CU had it for a second, forces a turnover. Chapman back has the ball, 8 seconds to go. Chapman looking for a look, but has nothing. We have a shot clock violation on Chapman. CU's ball. In my opinion, the refs missed a reset of a clock there that should have gone for CU as they possessed the ball for a second or two. CU just hucks the ball down the field and tries to clear it. Chapman picks it up at midfield, and the quarter will end 2-1. CU with the lead as we head into our first intermission. For those of you tuning in, just wanted to thank you guys for joining us on this Friday evening. It may be nice on your couch. It's a little chilly out here on the field. We're dealing with some wind and some rain that was here earlier, but it's still a gorgeous night of lacrosse and a great game. Feel free to share the link, have people tune in to Buff Sports Live so that they can enjoy this game and grow our subscriber base and tune into games in the future. Thank you for joining us. And we are back from the intermission, beginning of second quarter. Face off for CU versus Chapman at the X, Project Vitale, and number 9 for Chapman. 2-1 in favor of CU. Should be an exciting second quarter. Whistle's blown. 2 face-off men are battling. The ball is out. Not a clean draw by either team. Ball is loose. Both teams are scrapping. Flag down and a whistle blown. It appears to be a slash to the head on Chapman as number 15, Project Vitale, goes for a ground ball. And as the player, number 13 for Chapman, is walking to the penalty box, there's another flag thrown, presumably for an expletive from the sidelines or by one of the players in regards to the original call. Waiting for the call from the box here to see what the flags are. The refs are at the box assessing the penalties for the amount of time. It looks like we have number 13, 1 minute locked in, non-releasable for a slash. And there is a second penalty on what appears to be number 4, presumably on sportsmanlike conduct, look to be a minute as well. We'll keep you guys tuned in here as we get more information. Whistle's blown. CU on the man up here. We'll have a 6-on-4 advantage. Right now going into a 1-3-2. The second midi is kind of playing a stacked crease. Kind of going into a 1-4-1 look here. Ball's moving around, drawing the defense, trying to pull them to his side. Looking for a skip on a backside. We have a step down wide open. The rest of the offense doesn't see it. Nice little hitch. Moves the ball around. CU staying active. 54 seconds on the shot clock. 33 seconds. And the first penalty is released for Chapman. And 26 seconds in the second penalty. We have a missed loose ball possession push by the ref, which will give the ball back to Chapman as they clear here. 19 seconds to go in the penalty and counting. Actually, hold that, folks. There's a little bit of chaos. The refs seem to be chatting. Clocks are running, but which likely will be reset as they try to figure everything out. Chapman attackman calling out that CU's going 10-man here. We'll see if that's an accurate call or not. CU looking to apply some pressure. Side to where our call is. Chapman with an overpass to the near side to where we are, which is the west side of the field, and forces a bad pass that results in a turnover. CU has the ball, man up advantage over. We are back to 6-on-6 lacrosse. CU pushing down the side from the top right wing, swings the ball through X. Nice handle there behind from 44. Step down opportunity for CU. Looks to stick it near side. Goalie doesn't move. It was a decent look, but he didn't get the goalie moving. He had the other far side of the net open, saved by Chapman. Back down the other way and some transition. Shot low to high, saved by CU, number 23. CU back with the ball now, 75 seconds on the clock, pushing the ball into transition, clearing the ball. Starting to get some pace in the game, some back and forth, up and down. People are shooting the ball and looking for opportunities early. CU kind of holding the ball as they get their offensive middies in, waiting for transition. Off ball, people seem to be active and staying in tune and keeping their defender occupied, which is always something good that you want to see out of the offense. Not a lot of communication out of Chapman's defense, but they seem to know the responsibilities and who is going where. 32 seconds on the offensive shot clock for CU. Pushing the ball at X, trying to work a shorty on shorty matchup from behind. Usually advantageous because it throws the defender out of whack a little bit. Number 46 for CU, trying to reminisce us of a young Mitch Erickson who used to rock that number back in the day and was quite the offensive midi. Doesn't draw anything for us this go. Shot by CU, near side, just misses the pipe. Ball will be backed up by CU. Their ball, 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. Look for them to go right away with maybe an on-ball pick or a quick dive from behind while other two middies sub off and get the LSM and the defensive middies on. CU pushing from X. Hands tied up. Good defense by the defender. Shot clock goes off. Shot clock violation, CU Chapman ball. Good defense by number 24 for Chapman there as he stays on the hips and forces the CU player not to be able to shoot. Chapman clear here. CU appears to be going in their 10-man as their goalie is out of the cage and pushing opposite far side of the ball, where the ball is actually now thrown to the attackman. One of the defenders drops back and the goalie hops back at the cage. Nice clear by Chapman there to find the open guy. Chapman with the ball, swinging it around, 48 seconds in the shot clock. As I mentioned earlier, they seem to be kind of milking the clock a little bit, waiting until they're in their low 40s before they go to the cage. 21 down the side, had an opportunity to pull it. Must have not liked what he saw there because the goal was wide open, but hey, your shot, buddy, not mine. Swings the ball back to the other side. Chapman back at the top of the wing, number 4 down the sideline. Good on-ball defense by CU, puts him on his can. Loose ball back to Chapman, 20 seconds on the shot clock and counting. Number 4 for Chapman seems to have had some turf burn or something, running off the field, an injury. Flag down. CU gets the ball, the whistle's blown, and the penalty will be assessed to CU. Chapman will have the ball, man up. 10:50 to go here in the second quarter. It's always funny when penalties happen. One side seems to think the call was terrible, and one side seems to think the call was great. But that's what happens when you're a fan. Chapman will start off with the ball on the bench side, low in the corner. Look to be in a 1-3-2. Look for CU to string the crease here once they finally get going. We just had a ginormous lightning strike in the background of the field. Hopefully that stays far away so the game is not delayed. CU seems to be in a 5-man rotation, not stringing, pushing with the ball and rotating into it. Chapman almost forces a good rotation, but they can't capitalize on it with an errant pass. 34 seconds to go, and the penalty is Chapman is still in the man up. 50 seconds to go on the shot clock. Feed to the backside on a great look. Blake Sandman with some defense from the knee seems to force it to go off cage. Chapman retains the ball. Shot low to high, right off the goalie's face mask. Goes out of bounds. People are fired up about the goalie play right now. That is a clock reset. Chapman retains possession. 18 seconds to go on the shot clock. Shot by Chapman. Easy one. Save by CU will now push on the clear. CU with a nice calm clear as they wait for their 6-man to become on there, now back at full strength. 9:45 to go here in the second quarter. 2-1 CU with a lead. Carrying the ball on the near side. Mind you, when I say near, I mean near to where the play booth is, not where the benches are. Ball swings over to the far side. Carries it down the wing. Tries to draw a slide. No slide drawn by Chapman there. Good patience. They showed a bit of a fizz or a fake slide to keep the ball carrier honest, and CU works it back around. Ben Willows swagging out in the leg sleeve, back up top, down the wing, with a little body lean, trying to use that body that he's got. Rolls back for a lefty shot, shoots, and the ball goes to the ground. Picked up by CU, number 24, shot, high to low, save. Chapman on the clear. 24 for Chapman with the ball, clearing it upfield to number 41, the goalie, pushing up. They have about 5 seconds to get over the midline. Right at the midline, DU looks to trap and keep them on their side. Looks like they're going to force. Chapman gets the ball over successfully. Chapman on the attack now in the CU defensive zone. Swinging the ball around the cage, looking to get their middies on and go for an offensive set here. Chapman still isoing the majority of their offense, looking for those one-on-one matchups and trying to exploit them defensively. It appear not to be working for them so far, but they are keeping the ball out of CU's offensive zone, which appears to be a strategy by Coach Dallas Harley. Nice check by number 19 for CU, forces a turnover, picks it up. Nice check and takeaway, and has the ball, and CU's now clearing it. CU working the near side. Nice ladder on the clear, and has the ball over, settled in the offensive zone. Dodge from the wing again, sweeping to the middle. Nice spike throwback pass to CU on the wing after catching the defense according into each other. Shot low to high, saved by Chapman. Seen a couple good opportunities tonight with poor placement. People pulling the ball near side, whether it should be shooting to the far side or wherever the goalie is not. Something common you see in Americans with field lacrosse is trying to shoot the ball hard. As we say that, a hard shot for number 44, CU, low to high, right underneath the crossbar, and goal for the Buffs. 3-1, 7:29 to go in the second quarter. Sorry for the delay there, folks. I had the mic turned off as I was recruiting another alumni, and Cameron Babin joining on to the broadcast to bring us some commentary. Cam, how's it going tonight, man?
It's going great. You know, the team's doing well. 3-1 lead right now. D's playing very well. Just excited to be out here. Rain stopped. Great game going on. What more can you ask in March? I mean, maybe we could get a basketball game going, but, lacrosse is not a bad second.
Cam Babin calling out Coach Ted Boyle, saying he'd like more than an NIT game here in Boulder, Colorado in the spring.
Don't tell him that.
Timeout by not exactly sure which team. It appears to be maybe CU. Both teams that are sidelining. The refs are running a stick check as CU has the ball, and we'll join you back in a couple seconds. Welcome back to the broadcast, folks. As we come out of the timeout, we are looking at CU on the defensive end as Chapman has the ball. A group of players appear to be doing, instead of push-ups and squats, going full California body weight movements here, trying to warm up. Just want to remind you all of a local legend around these parts and amongst the coaching staff. One, Ben Weiss, who is... And one Ben Morton
as well.
Both legends in their own right. People forget that Ben wasn't only just a skier. He was also a human and a lacrosse player.
Great crease monkey. Just put the ball in the back of the net. Got those All-American honors. Great guy. Missing him a little bit tonight, but they still got a 3-1 lead. Doing well.
Cam, mind you, this is supposed to be an objective broadcast here. We're observing the game.
Oh,
yeah, we love our Buffs.
Chapman's still doing well. Anyone's game. Game or runs.
Ball swings through X. Chapman milking the clock a bit. Again, as we keep commenting, they seem not to be wanting to get the ball back on the CU side of things, so they're taking as long as possible on their possessions, pushing from the corners up here. Dodge on the side shot by Chapman. Low to high goes off left. Will be backed up and retained by Chapman. 16 seconds to go on the shot clock. Cam, what do you think CU's strategy is here defensively against an athletic offense?
I just heard the Vegas call, and I believe, if I remember correctly, that is when they get in some form of a zone.
Chapman saves CU.
Oh, there you go. I think that was Nick Cottrell right there on that.
Not to cut you off there, Cam,
no.
But yeah, it did appear that they went from a zone as the shot clock was low and Chapman was pushing from behind.
It's a smart move because right there, you know, if he wasn't as free as he was to take a shot, you know, the crease could be open. But that's why they zone it up right there. And I mean, I think they've stepped up the D this year. It's definitely helped, you know, getting the old Denver Outlaws defensive coordinator as the CU defensive coordinator. It's been great.
Yeah, I think it's definitely been helpful. You know, they look a little bit returned to form when Marty Taffet was at the helm for them for multiple years. But
definitely.
Due to circumstances, that's not the case no longer. But yes, I do agree they're returning to that form a little bit here. And as we have, Chapman has a hung-up defender, is holding the ball at X. A lot of off-ball motion, kind of spaghetti motion in front, lots of cutters. CU passing off, open guy backside. Chapman doesn't realize it, pushes through X. Things seem to settle out. Ball swings back up top. Chapman ball still. 50 seconds to go in the shot clock, 5:26 in the second quarter. 3-1 here.
Not bad defense from Nebby Pallets. Needs to take his top side away a little bit more, but not bad. Shot went wide.
Yeah, Cam, that is one thing I'm noticing, that both teams are trying to press the top side as it puts the defense in a vulnerable spot, but CU's D-middies seem to be a little bit more consistent in their approach angles to not give up that top side.
Yeah, you know, if you can get your offensive midfielder or even attacker, if he's up there, down the alley, every step he takes, he's going to get a worse angle on the shot. And then we have Blake Sandman, you know, just showing he's been in the weight room.
Yeah, flag down there. There's going to be a push with possession in the back on CU. Could be a 50-50 call. Attackman is pushing up from X, kind of rolling back and forth, and finally shows his back right as the defender lands contact. CU will go man down here for 30 seconds with 5:01 to go in the second quarter. Chapman started out their 1-3-2 last time. Wasn't able to draw any shots. We'll see what they go for here. Cam, what's some of the important things on defense when you're in a man-down situation and go in a five-man rotation where everyone can end up in a different spot versus a stringing defense where one guy's stringing from the middle to the top?
Well, you almost need to anticipate the pass, but you don't want to cheat too hard to let that skip lane out. And as you actually see right now, I believe CU needs to get their sticks up. Get their sticks up in the passing lane and be able to knock down passes, getting nuggets, as we like to call them here.
Yeah, that's a very good point. You know, as you're rotating five guys there, the biggest threat to the offense is usually going to be the opposite ball side skip, backside, because he's the guy who doesn't have someone on him. Everyone's rotating away from him. So
Exactly.
Chapman with a couple shots here, has retained possession, but nothing on cage. 10 seconds to go in the penalty. CU looking to equal up and go 6-on-6 here, see if they can withstand the last couple seconds. Bad angle on the approach. Chapman gets a shot high to low save for number 22 for CU.
I think that was a body save. I heard a nice thud all the way over here.
Cam has supersonic hearing, so if you guys need someone for a job that does that, he's for hire. CU with the ball in the clear, back in the offensive zone, pushing on the wing, keeping the ball fluid while they sub their middies on. One of the key focal points of a Coach John Galvin offense, they like to attack, win between the lines, as he says in transition.
It's great. He actually models his play after Lars Tiffany's Brown team a couple years back when they made it to the Final Four. I remember getting game film texted to me about their polls during that Final Four. So that's definitely what they like to push. They love to push. If they don't have over 50 shots a game, coach is not happy.
Shot by CU goes wide there, backed up by CU, retains the possession on a ground ball, swinging the ball back around. Yeah, you're spot on, Cam. I mean, Coach John Galvin loves to get his opportunities, and yes, you may be a defensive midi or an LSM, but you got to get your looks and your shots. Trying to dodge underneath there from the wing, number 11 for CU with a mom goal. Hits the side of the net. Fans go wild. Refs don't care. Chapman back with the ball, transitioning, clearing it into their side. You know, Chapman teams of old typically have one or two guys that they kind of rely on heavily who are very skilled and very athletic. Definitely see some of these players out there tonight, but I'm not sure if they're exactly awake or up to the task because we haven't seen too much from the Chapman offense. As they only have one goal here and a handful of shots.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, I've got an in with one of the players. His brother actually goes here, and they flew in late last night. So that's, I mean, coming from sea level to, 5,300 feet, that's a big deal. And I don't even know if they've been on the ground 24 hours. That's difficult. That's real difficult to do. I remember playing as a kid coming up here in these tournaments. I thought I was out of shape every single time I came here.
Yeah, it's a very good point. And regardless of where you're traveling out there, folks, just mind you, when you're a full-time student athlete and you're in classes and getting homework and deadlines done, and then all of a sudden you have a practice and then have to get on a plane and get somewhere, it kind of throws you out of your cadence and your rhythm, and it can be a bit exhausting. But no one out here is one to back from a competition. And as we speak, that Chapman with a goal brings it in a little closer, 3-2 now on a nice shot on the near side. Goalie let it snuck by him, kind of out of position there.
Yeah, he had a great look, great feed by the guy at X. I mean, CU looked like they fell asleep a little bit. They had their head directly towards the ball. Back of the head, guy was right there. I mean, you pretty much make that 9 times out of 10.
Yeah. What happens when the ball is at X and attackman, you want to catch the defense. Ball watching is what we call it. Staring, not watching their guy, or keeping their head on a swivel. Chapman gets a nice step down there, buries it lefty near side. Back at the X, Broderick Vitale going against number 9 for Chapman. Like we've said, they've kind of just been going back and forth, 50-50. No clean wins for anyone here. Look for it to be another scrappy ground ball situation. 2:16 to go in the second quarter. 3-2 CU over Chapman. We have a violation against CU. Broderick Vitale jumping early on the face-off. Chapman will get the ball and will be attacking the CU defensive zone. Ball on the near side on the wing, swings back up top as Chapman's subbing their middies in. CU been good with their defensive pressure from their poles all around today, and I haven't seen their middies make too many mistakes either. Seem to be pretty sound and in stable position.
Definitely locked down for sure.
Yeah, we haven't seen anyone flat out get beat, and if they do, there's a slide there, which is how you're supposed to play on-ball defense.
Exactly. It seems to me they're communicating very well. I can hear it even right now. They had a little slip up that last goal, but right now it's looking very well. We'll see what Chapman can do with that.
Yeah, lots of movement by the CU defense on ball and off ball, and I hear a lot of communication. One of the key characteristics by a good defense, and as we say that, gives up poor defensive on-ball position. Chapman sweeps top side to the middle, low to high, sticks the ball in the top right corner near side on a great shot.
Yeah, the defender there, whenever I was in a position like that, I always heard the goalie saying, step up. You got to take away that top side. The way the defense is run, they do not have a slide ready if you get beat top side. And, you'll see what will happen if they let that happen, And now it's a tie game with 1:22 left to go in the half.
Yeah, big face-off here. And as Cam mentioned, you'll hear goalies yelling, get higher, get higher. That can usually be fixed by an approach angle. But as you're flowing in and out of the defensive zone, playing off-ball and on-ball, if a good offense moves the ball around, you can get lost and lose track of where your guy is. So you'll take a poor angle, creates a great opportunity for him. Ball is out.
Ball on the ground.
And Chapman scrapping again. Chapman comes up with the ball. 79 seconds on the shot clock. 1:06 to go in the quarter. CU looking to probably apply a bit of a ride here, trying to force a turnover, maybe get one more possession before the beginning or end of the second quarter. As we say that, attackmen are pinching on the goalie, who makes a good look up to an LSMO, and Chapman is offside. Backside middies fell asleep and was not ready. CU ball here, 51 seconds to go. Wouldn't be surprised if Coach John Galvin maybe took a timeout after 20 seconds or so to try to get one look.
Would not at all. Would not be surprised. He'll let them run the transition, and then if he doesn't have anything, you know, maybe right here as he's walking down the side right there where the ball is. Yep.
And let it play out for a couple seconds as Cam was describing and calls a timeout. Looks about 36-4 on the clock. They probably missed a second or two, but, you know, he's going to be looking for a final attempt here from CU against Chapman, 36 seconds to go in the quarter. As we welcome you back here, coming out of timeout, players starting to come across the field. The officials have not set the field yet. Just wanted to reintroduce ourselves for some of you who are just tuning in. I have Cameron Babin. Cam was a teammate of mine for 3 years.
Yep.
And he graduated in.
Well, I technically finished my playing career last year. Still, you know, finishing up those classes, trying to get a good architecture degree from a environmental design program. That's, you know, not bad. So
there you go, Cam. Way to see things through. My name is AJ Kalesi. I was a graduate in the class of 2015. Played all 4 years under Coach John Galvin. My freshman year was his first year and his second tenure here at the University of Colorado. And I've been very influenced by him and very fortunate to play under him. He's a wonderful coach. He's not only a lover and a mentor of the game, but he loves all sports and has been a very influential role to all of us. So we're very thankful for him and the MCLA lacrosse community at large out here.
Definitely. You know, I mean, he's there not only on a coaching level, but on a life coaching level, I guess. So it's still coaching, but you know, he's there. He's ready to help these young men become real men in the real world. So.
And as we were talking, CU had a little offensive look there, saved by Chapman, and then Chapman whirled it down to the other side of the field on the Gittleman. And we will conclude the second half, tied 3-3 here in Boulder, Colorado. We'll take a short break and join you guys before the beginning of the third quarter to start the second half. Welcome back to beautiful Boulder, Colorado, here on a wonderful Friday evening. We are about to start the beginning of the second half. All tied up here, 3-3, 9 seconds to go. In half, players are starting to take the field. Cam, what are you looking for in the second half for CU to improve on and things you're looking to them to maintain?
Well, they're doing a decent job of moving the ball right now, but I think they need to do a little bit better to get those open shots, those open looks. You know, 3 goals, that's usually 3 goals in the first half is not a Coach Galvin team usually. I'd honestly say maybe not even a Chapman team really. Sometimes these games have gone to 18-16 before that we've actually been in, both you and I.
Yeah, CU Chapman is a storied rivalry that usually is pretty offensive intensive. No matter what the score of the game, the intensity will be high on both sides and everyone will be trying their hardest. Things I'm looking for Chapman here in the second half, clean up their clearing game a little bit, and as we're speaking, there's a turnover here on the near side right by the booth, but there's a loose ball push on CU. Chapman had a couple turnovers early in the first quarter there. But it looks like they're trying to take the air out of the ball a little bit, which is still difficult given the new shot clock. But they're having long possessions, trying to get a shot late in the shot clock, and then play stout defense and try to limit CU on their shots. So we will see what we bring here in the second half. We're looking forward to it. I hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast and enjoying the game. Please check out Buff Sports Live on YouTube and share the link with anyone interested to check out the game.
Yeah, unlike CU when they're just trying to pepper the goalie, Chapman wants to get that high percentage shot, that shot that's going to go in more times than it won't go in. Right there, though, I don't know if that's a shot that coach will be happy with at all.
Yeah, a little uncharacteristic. Low angle, wrapping around from crease, slaps the goalie right in the chest. Easy save for CU. CU gets the ground ball and pushes it upfield.
Yeah, no, I think he was trying to do one of his better Lyle Thompson's impressions.
Which the dive is back.
It is indeed, full force.
That being said, when you dive, you are not allowed to dive towards the mouth of the goal. You must dive parallel or upfield as
Correct.
to keep the goalie from getting hurt.
There you go.
Great feed on the crease from number 40 for CU. Buries the goal. Backside as the goalie's caught sleeping. CU is up 4-3, 13-17 to go in the third quarter.
I believe that is Christian Snodgrass.
Ooh, Snods with the goal.
From Morristown, New Jersey.
Back at the X with a face-off for CU. It looks to be a new Fogo in for CU. Can't quite tell the number. See if that changes anything here. It seems to be a pretty consistent battle at the X, creating a 50-50 GB every time. Teams seem to be coming up with them equally. Pinch and won by CU, number 34, carrying the ball back towards his defensive zone, makes an errant pass, trying to get it to the goalie on the clear. Tipped off by Chapman. CU's ball, 75 seconds to go on the shot clock.
I believe that was the correct call. It definitely looked like the Chapman guy tipped it off. And here we have CU clearing it. Let's see what they do.
CU has about 7 seconds to get it over the midline, forces a rainbow pass. Chapman attackman snags it out of the air, pulls a quick one from the midline, Steph Curry range, and just goes over the top of the cage. Chapman will retain possession as an attackman backing it up.
That's probably the most important part. They beat the goalie to the inline, maintaining that possession.
Yeah, that's one of those kind of weird one-off rules if you're just tuning in and don't know too much about lacrosse or it's your first time. On a shot on cage that the goalie or the referees deem a shot and not a pass, it goes to the closest person to the ball on the unline. And like Cam said in that scenario, their attackman being there, that gave them insurance for them to take that shot from the midline. Feel free to give us some feedback. Like I said, I'm on Twitter, @JuanDenver, no spaces. Cam and I, we have thick backbones. We played under Galvin for 4 years. We can take some criticism, and we're looking to increase the experience for you guys as the viewers. So just let us know, please.
Definitely, definitely. And just want to give a quick shout out to all those trainers out there. It is actually National Athletic Training Month. My boy Jeff is on our side. He definitely was the reason why I was able to play most of my games at CU. Otherwise, I would not have played many at all.
Yeah, and as we're speaking, loose ball pass by Chapman goes out of bounds. Loose ball push by Chapman. CU ball on the far side. Just want to kind of bring note to that. On that note, obviously as full-time athletes and any student athletes at any level, your bodies get beat up the more time you play in the practice. And with limited resources, given the nature of club sports in the MCLA, those people are usually volunteering their time or sacrificing a lot of their schedules to help the players stay healthy, and the players can only get treatment so many times in the day and so many hours. So those people are highly valued and appreciated by the players and thus the fans, because the players can play because of them, so it kind of goes unnoticed.
Exactly, exactly. And I do want to give a shout out to our head trainer, Jacqueline Smith. She's been with the team for 9-10 years now. It was definitely not Smith. It was Adams. I messed that up. I apologize, Jacqueline. You've helped me so much in the past.
Jacqueline may have missed a concussion test or two on Cam with a little mental slip up there, but
possibly.
But no, the concussion protocol is very secure. But in all seriousness,
she does a great job.
Jacqueline has been a staple in the CU lacrosse community for years and is an important part of the team and has given a lot of her time and resources. So thank you to all the trainers out there from CU and non-CU programs alive.
And all across the MCLA, you know, every team, while people think this is just club, you know, maybe a little bit of not caring league, but I mean, a lot of these teams, you know, they try just as hard, if not harder, than some of those D1 teams. You don't get the same academic help that you might get with Division I teams. And a lot of the top teams as well see quite a few transfers that come to their school and become in the starting lineup, are All-Americans within the MCLA as well.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Not your typical club sport. It lives somewhere in between, I would say, a D3, a D1, and then club. Each program varies in their resources and their coaching, and I don't think that's one thing a lot of people experience understand, is that not every program is operating with the same amount of resources and skill. So it's a very unique league, and part of the reason why we love it so much, because everyone's out here for the love of the game and for the love of their team and school. There are no scholarships. There are no big paychecks. People are playing to play lacrosse.
Ooh,
shot deep from Chapman, number 21, near side, high to mid, off stick hip, near side goal. Chapman ties it up 4-4, 10:23 to go here in the third quarter. CU defense seems to be talking about it.
I'd say they took advantage of those sticks not being up, the communication not being there. I mean, it was about a 13, 14-yard shot. That's tough to save when you're basically a one-on-one situation with the goalie, even that far out.
Yeah, and that being said, the ball is at X behind, so the goalie's turning around as soon as he sees the ball passed and trying to track the ball and find where the shot's coming from. Very difficult for a goalie to save. And we could talk about it ad nauseum, but the communication and the off-ball defense for team defense in college lacrosse is crucial, as if you fall asleep for one possession or one play, it could change the course of a game and change the course of your year.
Definitely.
CU with the ball. Chapman applying a heavy ride, even though the ball's on the CU zone. Pushing it a bit in transition. Pole carrying the ball. Pole's always love to go to goal. Shot. Saved by Chapman right on the doorstep, low to low. If you drop your stick there, the goalie's going to drop your stick, especially as a pole, as it's harder to get the ball back up. Great save by Chapman.
Yeah, it is actually. If you do not go over the top as a pole, goalies can see that for what they say is an eternity if you go sidearm with a pole, because that stick is twice as long as most. And I honestly thought that was a great ride by Chapman, you know, getting the ball while they might have let up a shot, you know. The goalie was there, saved it.
Chapman back with the ball, take a good percentage shot from the wing that goes just wide, backed up by Chapman to retain possession. seemed to be some of that carrying of the ball, milking the clock here, going later in the possession again from Chapman, trying for the one-on-one. CU looks ready to go, know who their slide guy is. See if they have that too. Slip by CU defender. Chapman skips the ball to the backside. Another step down, what we call a screen shot where the goalie can't see because the offensive guy uses the goalie's defender to shoot around him so he can't see where the ball's released from. Great placement by Chapman there. Chapman up 5-4, 9-12 to go in the third quarter.
I want to say a great job to the guy who actually lost the ball there, picked it up, and with less than a second with the ball in his stick, he got it to the open guy to get an open shot. Great movement. That's always when you do. Right as you get the ground ball, pass, shoot. He only needed one right there, and, you know, it was a goal. It was a great goal.
Yeah, reason being for that is defenses are a little discombobulated as they're looking for the ground ball. They're not necessarily match up to one-to-one. So if you move the ball quickly after it's loose, there's a high chance that someone's open will have a good opportunity, just like Chapman exhibited there and capitalized on it. Back at the X, 50-50 tie-up. Not a clean scoop. Ball's kicked out by the Chapman Fogo. Heavy pressure from the LSM by CU. Chapman wins the ball, almost runs the ball back over his midline, which would have been an unfortunate mistake in his part. CU with a heavy ride here, trying to force the ball back on the down, but Chapman seems to have settled the ball, carries the ball to the near side, swings it back over as they sub their middies on.
Great job by number 8, the attackman, to come up and help us Fogo. Fogos aren't really known for being the best with the ball in their stick, so a lot of times attackmen need to work just much harder in order to get that ball, get that possession, and get it around and get that shot that Chapman really wants.
Chapman retaining the ball back up top. One thing I am noticing, their middies are initiating from very high, somewhere in between the restraining box and the midline. From a defensive standpoint, usually can kind of tell where that slide's going to come from, and it's a bit of a longer slide, which kind of gives the guy on ball more time to recover inside, Cam, right?
Exactly. While it does make for a bit of a longer slide, if the guy does get beat, does get smoked, you still have time to get to the guy with the slide guy, usually most cases coming from the crease, sometimes coming adjacent. But, yeah, it's all about getting that slide there before they get into that 15 to 10-yard range. I mean, that's a great shot. Anything inside 15 yards uncontested, and they do not want that. Neither defenses want that. Yeah,
needless to say, on the opposite side of the end, just in juxtaposition, CU is typically initiating closer to the restraining line. That's that gold marking running horizontally on the field that you'll notice. They're trying to push from there, and as soon as they beat their man, have their hands free so that they can take a shot. Just a little bit, two different styles of offense you'll notice from Coach Dallas Hartley and Coach John Galvin. CU back with the ball from the ex-Coach John Galvin, asking him to get tighter on offense, maybe collapse the defense to create a shot from the outside. Swings the ball,
great
shot from
save.
The middle. Not sure if it's a save or a pipe there. Ball is loose back at the midline. Chapman scrapping for it. Chapman has the ball. LSM carrying on the offensive end. Look for CU to double right here, but some transition from the pull for Chapman. Oh, and a goal, number 24 for Chapman, shot high to low as he points to the alumni basis for the CU former lacrosse players. Absolutely fired up on a good transition goal. Smart play from Chapman there. CU got drawn out.
I believe 24, he goes by Durs. That was a play I was talking about earlier when I had a connection with his brother. Great play as a pull myself. Honestly, I don't think you can get much prettier than that with the LSM, getting on that, getting that GB, finding an open guy, leading him so a CU guy can't break up that pass. Got a little over-the-shoulder catch, put it away. Goalie had no chance, unfortunately.
Yeah, real heads-up play as the LSM had scooped up the ground ball around the midline for a close defender to push in transition as a middie stayed back with onside responsibility. No one on the CU defensive zone saw him trailing, and he had a wide-open alley right down the middle. Nice trailer goal there. Ball is back up top. Chapman ball. CU won the ground ball off the face-off. Chapman with a heavy ride forced the ball to go out of bounds right near the bench.
Great pressure, great play. They're really honestly controlling the momentum right now. Doing a great job while they don't want to pepper the goalie as much as maybe John Galvin wants to. But, you know, they're getting the shots and they're going in. And Nick Cottrell taking a shot in the back right there.
Don't rub it, Nick.
Blake Sandman with the GB.
CU back with the ball, clearing towards the Chapman end. See if they can beat this ride that's given them some trouble the last couple possessions. One thing to look here, maybe the next possession or two, see if Coach John Galvin maybe calls a timeout to calm down his team. It's always kind of a decision that he has to make, whether I let them play it out, because so much of his offense and team is predicated on pushing in transition and living within the chaos. But at a certain point, you've went up 2 sloppy goals in transition. Maybe you got to slow the D down and have them take a deep breath and realize that everything's all right.
Yeah, that's definitely something I would think Coach is definitely thinking about right now. If your D plays, 75% of the game, it's just a matter of time that they're going to be letting goals up. Right now it looks like they're doing a good job. They're moving the ball around right now. They just held it for a little too long, but right now they're getting the ball moving.
20 seconds on the shot clock. CU pushing from the top right wing, split down the side. Chapman defenders are ready to slide. CU had an opportunity for a great shot there in the middle, but couldn't handle the ball and the spike pass. Pushing again in transition, pulls, pushing down the middle of the field. See if CU has their slides good to go. Great check by number 5 for CU to force the ball on the ground. Chapman retains possession. 65 seconds in the shot clock.
Just want to get a shout out to the other number 5 on the team at Pull. Not only did he bring the ball down there, was able to get that GB, securing the full-on possession after that check. So this is big time, up 2 with a little bit over 4.5 left to go in the third.
Yeah, and as Cam mentioned possession or two ago, Chapman seems to be dictating the pace of the game a little bit. Their energy level has definitely picked up on the field and from the bench. Seems like they kind of got a second wind here. We'll see if CU can find theirs or come up with a penalty situation or something to get something rolling here. And as we speak, Chapman buries one. Nick Cottrell shows a little bit too hard on the slide. Chapman realizes the double, swings the ball, buries it on the backside as the goalie's out of position. Tough save for the goalie to make there. Nick Cottrell's got to be in a little better position.
Yeah, Chapman's on a run. You can just see their confidence. You can almost feel it. They're feeling good. They're getting the shots they want. They're moving the ball well. They're getting that defense rotating. I think all around they came out to play the second half.
Yeah, and I think you kind of sense a bit from CU, everyone kind of looking around at, hey, who's going to make the play, who's going to pick us up. So it'll be interesting to see here who kind of tries to champion that and make the decision of, hey, I'm going to do something to get us going here and see how that plays out in the rest of the game. 4:18 to go here in the third quarter. Chapman leads 7-4. We are back at the faceoff X. Seems to be a 50-50 no clear possession. Chapman rolls the ball out to the wing. CU is on top of it with their LSM, picks up the GB in a much-needed possession for CU here. See if they're smart with the ball. Coach Galvin takes a timeout.
Great timeout call. Also want to say great hit by the Chapman guy. Great hit. Love the sound of body hitting body. It's a physical game. It's not football, but, it still gets physical.
Yeah, and Coach Galvin's risk tolerance kind of showing his hand there as, yeah, there was potentially an opportunity to create a goal there, but a much-needed possession. He wanted to guarantee he had that possession by calling a timeout, get his 6 offensive guys out there. You can kind of sense that he feels that they need a goal right now and not giving Chapman another opportunity to pull ahead by a goal.
Definitely. And then usually when a Pull has the ball, the crowd tends to get a little bit nervous sometimes, the teammates do, but, they're not the best with the ball, but, I think it was a great timeout call.
So I want to give a shout out to all the former CU players, parents, friends, significant others, anyone who has been around the CU lacrosse program for some time who are not able to make it here to the game tonight or do not live in the area for tuning in. We would love to shout all of you out individually and talk about you guys all and how great you are. But we're here to give an objective experience of the game as much as possible, and I hope you guys are enjoying it.
Definitely. And in past years, actually, we've had brothers that have been on opposite sides of this match. So shout out to the Clayton clan.
Yeah. Clayton brothers, I remember my freshman year watching Johnny's older brother, Andrew. He was an incredible player and kind of was at the peak of Chapman. Their existence and story is one that's been pretty historic across the MCLA, and one of their most famous players was Connor Martin, a.k.a. Cone Bro Chill, for you internet junkies out there. And
Great player.
actually a phenomenal player whose style was very unique.
Wow.
And a deep shot winding up just a couple steps from inside the box. Did not even hide his stick. Stuck it to the far side of the pipe. Goalie just too slow to react on it. Absolute heater from number 14 for CU.
What a shot. I honestly didn't think he was ready to shoot, but that, wow. Wow.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, you could kind of sense people were looking around and looking at each other to decide, trying to figure out who's going to do something. And it appears number 14 for CU said, hey, I'm going to do something about this. Bench is back alive. Get another possession here from the X. It could be a one goal game here.
Definitely.
In the future, can you yell the number out?
Just want to let you guys know, as we kind of mentioned earlier, we are not seasoned play-by-play or color guys.
Definitely not.
We hopped in on the fly. We're adjusting and evolving as we go, so trying to make the experience better. We will try to call out numbers a little bit more when big things happen for you guys.
Yeah, and we apologize. We do not have rosters either. So for those Chapman fans, we know you're out there. You know your team's playing real well. Keep on cheering for them.
Number 24 for CU carrying the ball low to the wing, swings it to X as CU's looking to traverse the field here and attack. Number 14 maybe has the hot hand. See if they get him for another go. Oh! Wow. And a little bit of a changeup goal, number 3 by CU. Kind of a delayed shot. I don't think anyone thought he was going to shoot, and neither did Camera Eye, but he kind of stuck it top left corner. Started the ball low. It was a high-to-high release, but he was carrying his stick low and then brought up really kind of high behind his back and tucked the ball away. Gorgeous shot there.
And notice how he was going down the right alley, so the goalie's going to be almost about hugging that pipe right there. He went not only opposite stick side, but opposite side of where he was. You know, that's a tough one. That's a tough one for the goalie. Great job by CU there.
Yeah, interesting enough, some little bit of technique. I was talking with current CU women's lacrosse team coach Mitchell Fenton and former CU men's lacrosse goalie Mitchell Fenton. As a lefty goalie on the left pipe, when the ball's coming down the right side, you don't necessarily need to go hug the pipe. You can kind of be late to the pipe because you need to use your hands to get the far side of the pipe. But that Chapman goalie there couldn't have been leaning more against the pipe, and he didn't have any weight to push it off to get to the far side.
He definitely did leave it a little open. You know, I think that's definitely going to be in his mind right now. He's going to fix that.
Yeah, and as the players are starting to get looser, we're starting to see better placement on the shots. You know, they're really making the goalie work side to side, either changing the release points or working the ball right to left, left to right, up, down, top, bottom, which is usually what you want to do with a big old 6x6, unlike the indoor game. You really, as long as you kind of shoot it to the opposite side of the goalie, it's a good shot, and if he makes a save, that's on him. See you swinging the ball around here, 45 seconds to go, pushing again from the wings, like we said, trying to get underneath, pushing the ball to X.
Oh, what a great nugget by number 5. Here he goes on a fast break.
Chapman pushing the ball in transition, put his head down. CU good to recover into the hole to make sure that they play even and don't get beat in an odd man situation. Chapman looking to slow the ball up here. They've played a lot of defense the last 2 possessions. They've got 1:53 to go in the quarter and 66 to go in this possession. I think they'll make it a long one here and try to keep CU from getting 2.
I believe that stopped CU's momentum right there. That was a great play by number 5. I know a lot of people don't think knocking down passes is the most glorifying play to make, but I mean they have the possession now.
Yeah, and one thing that kind of happens is offenses start feeling themselves and getting in a flow. Great ground ball by CU. We're going to cut it off, pushing in transition. 29 with the ball in transition. Chapman's not the slide, lines up. Good possession shot. Sorry, that was number 19 for CU. High-to-high shot just over the crossbar. Retains possession for CU. We have 1:15 on the clock and 70 on the shot clock. We have about a 3-second differential. CU looking to use full clock here to get a good shot and hopefully tie it up at the end of the third quarter.
Oh, as he's falling down high-to-high, that goalie's going to get that stick-side high every single time, even if he flinches.
Number 45 on a really close shot there. Didn't have his feet underneath him. Probably a bit of a force. Maybe could have thrown the ball away to someone, but trying to force a goal there at the end.
Great job.
We're talking, Chapman dunks the ball from their side of the midfield line as CU's running a 10-man ride where the goalie is out of the cage and covering attackmen. It was a goal by number 8 for Chapman on a great shot on the 10-man ride, taking advantage of the goalie being out there.
Exactly, and that's not an easy pass. That's 50-plus yards right there. You know, he saw it was open, and he did not one bounce it. While it bounced inside the crease, that's perfect. You want it bouncing outside or else it'll miss. It was great shot, great heads up. You know, see you trying to get that extra possession with that 10-man, and, you know, every once in a while you're going to give it up. It's going to happen.
Yeah, that's one of those things that as you're implementing that ride, CU number 34 wins the draw at the X on the face-off, instantly turns it over to Chapman, and there's a little 50-50. One of the things you talk about as a coach when you're implementing a 10-man ride is how, you know, sometimes it's going to happen where they get a shot on cage, and as the other team going against a 10-man ride, that can be your strategy sometimes if you're low on time to just throw it at the cage. A bit curious to think about Coach John Galvin's thought process there, as you're only down a goal with 40 seconds to go. And on one side, you're thinking, hey, if I force another turnover, I can get a shot and maybe tie it up. But on the other side, you got to think about the risk of running the 10-man and the goal that could incur, and we'll see how they bounce back from that.
Exactly. 5 seconds left. Can they get a shot off?
Loose ball. Ball is at midfield. CU with the ball at the midfield. 21 for CU kind of just dumps the ball, and that will wrap up the third quarter. Chapman is up 8-6. And that will conclude things, and we'll take a break before we return for the fourth quarter. Welcome back to the broadcast brought to you by Buff Sports Live on YouTube channel. Have a couple people tuning in and leaving some comments. Yes, we understand that Chapman University is CU as well. Growing up in Colorado and staring at the logo in the middle of the field, it is CU, University of Colorado at Boulder. As we mentioned, Cam and I are alumni of this university, so it's kind of a natural habit. We mean no malice by it, but we will try to refer to them as CU and Chapman. Interesting note as well, the RMLC lost their automatic qualifier as their division is too small now. So this win could be very important. That being said, a loss to a ranked team, a team ranked higher than you, bodes well for your strength of schedule, which I believe the committee takes into consideration when deciding for MCLA Nationals.
Definitely, and as knowing John Galvin, he wants to play the best of the best. That's why we have a yearly game with Chapman. You know, both of us, year in, year out, are trying to get back to that national championship game that both teams have been at before. So we'll see what this can do for either team.
CU Colorado trying to mix things up at the X. Now the third Fogo we've seen taking a face-off. None have found any consistent success, but in the last possession, there was number 7 at the X for CU. we'll see if that's something that they're trying to change here at the end of the game as possessions become more and more valuable.
Definitely, and I might be misremembering, but it feels like Chapman, the last couple of face-offs, it's almost been a make-it-take-it kind of scenario. They've been doing really well, even if they don't win that clamp. Their wings are in. They're on the hands of the guys, not giving them any space to pass to get the ball over. So in that, they get another possession with that, another opportunity to score.
18 seconds ago, Chapman drawing out the possession here, keeping their middies well above the restraining line, trying to initiate their dodge. Dodging down the side is number 8, swinging the ball back around. Chapman looking to get a shot here as the clock dwindles down. CU trying to force a turnover on a shot clock violation. As we say that, Chapman forces a shot that touches the CU goalie and resets the clock, but CU retains possession, clearing the ball, pushing transition now down the other way towards their offensive zone.
And here they go with their transition offense, seeing if they can possibly get Chapman on their heels.
Yeah, as the game dwindles on and you understand the gravity of the situation, there's always a balance between, yes, we need to score goals and I need to create opportunities, but yes, I also need to force things and I need to trust my teammates in our offense so that we can not cause accidents and force mental errors because we're trying too hard.
Definitely. And like I said, so you might have, wow.
Absolute cannon of a shot, number 11 goal for the University of Colorado of Boulder. Shot low to high, screenshot around the defender. Gorgeous placement there. I don't even think the goalie saw it until it was in his stick, picking up on the rebound and giving it to the goalies.
I mean, I didn't see it until the net moved. It was a great shot. And what I was saying there earlier, Chapman did a great job of getting back in the hole, shutting down that transition offense. But, you know, number 11 made a great play one-on-one to get that shot off.
It is now 8-7, 12:50 to go in the third quarter. Chapman up on Colorado. Back at the face-off X. CU wins the draw, 50-50 ground ball. Chapman retains the possession as their attackman released from behind the restraining line. Heads up play by number 12 there to snag the possession for Chapman. Working the ball back around in the low wing.
Another face-off win. This is big, especially in a one-goal game. If you can control the face-off X, that gives you much more possessions than the other team. And, I mean, more possessions, more shots, more chances of getting goals and getting more points, which is, you know, the name of the game.
Yeah, and that keeps the CU offense, who's starting to find some shooting here late off of the offensive zone. So those possessions become very valuable for Chapman. Dodge down the side, shot for Chapman goes wide of the cage. Doesn't touch anything. Chapman will retain the ball. 33 seconds to go on the shot clock. Ball in the near right corner. CU's bench not as loud as they were in the beginning of the game, but starting to find some energy. You know, you'd hope to help them get involved here to help their team out, but we'll see as that kind of plays out in these last couple 10 minutes.
Exactly. You know, Chapman definitely got real rowdy when they had that clearing goal, you know, across the field. Great play. You know, that's a ton of momentum right there. And I think they're still riding on it, still holding on to that. Oh, what a shot.
Shot by number 6 from Chapman. Great ball movement. Resets the clock as it hits the crossbar. Goes out near the Chapman bench, and they will retain possession, backing the ball up as it goes out of bounds. Huge reset for Chapman there. CU's defense was doing a great job of keeping them at bay and keeping the clock out. But Chapman, with some heads-up ball movement, got a shot that reset the clock.
Yeah, definitely great. I believe it hit the post with 2 seconds left. Great shot. Obviously, the goalie didn't see it if it hit the post. So, ooh, what another great move by number 12.
Goal, number 12, Chapman. We had a long dodge by number 21 up top from Chapman that drew the defense out. Number 12 snuck from behind X, was able to lose the defense and scored a goal on a low-to-low finish, wrapping around the crease. 11:04 here to go in the fourth quarter.
Chapman definitely starting to pick apart a little bit. Not fully running away with it, but definitely they're seeing those weaknesses. They're seeing the sticks not being up in the passing lanes, not having 2 slides.
The faceoff is delayed as some trailing substitutes from CU. The defense was getting together there trying to talk things out and figure out what's going on so that they can eliminate these goals by Chapman. Seems to be a communication error as they're getting drawn out by those long dodges from Chapman. You'd like to see him pack it in a bit more, but as you're down by 2 goals, you kind of got to press and try to see if you can force a turnover. So it's a catch-22 there for CU defense.
Definitely, it definitely is.
CU wins the draw, is not able to retain the ball after the clamp, and once again Chapman has it. Seems to be the theme here in the second half, Cam, is CU seems to be winning the initial clamp or draw, as they say, but Chapman coming up with the GB and taking these long possessions, taking the air out of the ball.
Definitely. You know, they're being dogs on the wings there. You know, they're fighting for every single thing. They are not letting CU get a single ground ball. And, I mean, honestly, games win right there in the middle of the field. The game is won right there in the middle on the face-off X. Obviously, you still got to score once you get the ball, but, I mean, such a big turn of events if you can control the face-off X.
Chapman with some heads-up subbing there that caught a CU defender in trail. Almost created some offense for them, but they got a little bit too pass-happy and threw the ball over the midline, which is an over-and-back violation. And CU now has the ball on the attack. 10 minutes to go. Down 7-9.
Let's see if they can stop Chapman's run.
Look for CU to attack from the wings here. You know, a lot of them are trying to get underneath, attacking from a shorty on the wing, push the ball to the backside, and then get a step down. We'll see what they can create here. Step down opportunity for CU. Shot low to high.
Great
goalie
save.
tracks it the whole time. Straight into the basket. Little popcorn shot there. Saved by Chapman. Clears the ball to the Chapman offensive zone.
Well, number 4 got a little bit beat on that one. As soon as that shot, that ball left the CU player's stick, he was already up and out on the clear. That's a great way to get the ball cleared. You know, all the goalie had to do was toss it up to him. Great job by him.
You know, and I'm sure if CU watches some film after this or players have words with coaches, Coach John Galvin will harp on, you know, hiding the ball in your shot there. Yes, you get some more torque, some more power. It's a better release, if you will, on a sidearm or a low to high shot. But that being said, college goalies, high school goalies, they can react to balls very quickly. So that's why you'd rather prefer the ball hitting behind your back or changing planes so that you can get the goalie off kilter there. That was an easy save there on a good shot opportunity.
Definitely. Did not make the goalie work as hard as he needed to.
CU forces an errant pass and a crease violation on Chapman. Colorado will have the ball on the clear going towards their offensive zone.
What a catch.
Good handle on the far side by Blake Sandman on kind of an errant overpass. Fans a little bit more in tune to the game than the refs called an offsides call there that probably was a bit accurate. CU, one of the on-ball, onside middies who should have been there, went over and a pull went over. They got lucky there, folks.
Definitely stealing a possession away right now.
CU attacking from X. A little backhanded a dunk attempt by number 51 for CU. Bounces off the inside of the pipe and rolls towards the CU sideline. Should be a reset of clock there. And on cue, the refs reset the clock. Another 80 seconds for CU to go. 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Great attempt there. Kind of the Lyle Thompson patented backhand for guys who aren't as comfortable going left-handed. You go backhanded righty and kind of dunk it backwards.
Wow, what a garbage goal. That is great, and I mean that in the best way possible, you know. As a D player, anything that's bouncing around right there that attackman picks up, gets. Another man's trash is someone's treasure.
In all fairness, I have no clue or insight to what happened there other than number 11 for CU having a nose for a ball and finding a loose ball and throwing it into the cage. Sometimes that's the name of the game. You know, there is no rhyme or reason to things that happen, but effort and attitude can result in good things. Definitely.
Right place, right time. You know, that's as a D player, that's the thing I hate most. You know, I'm sure Chapman's feeling that right now.
Back at the face-off X for CU, seeing if they can finally win a GB off the draw. Chapman's been pretty good on the nose lately. CU wins the ball back. Number 40 picks up the GB. Now they have to clear the ball against this aggressive Chapman ride. Risky pass over the middle of the field that could have paid off. CU couldn't handle it. Ball is loose in the CU offensive zone. Look for a loose ball push here as everyone's kind of in a tight scrum.
This is a big
Coach
possession.
John Galvin jumping up and down. You could hear him all the way in Lafayette calling for a timeout as CU won the ground ball there. 7:27 to go. CU have 66 seconds on the shot clock, down by a goal.
I believe that is John Galvin's second time out of the half.
Coach Dallas Hartley obviously clearly upset, yelling at the refs that they maybe shouldn't have given a timeout. In those situations, it's so hard. I think one thing that people forget because they're so biased by their own desire to win their team or their whether coaches or fans is that refs are humans too, and they can only be so many places so many times, and human error is a real thing. So understandable that a coach is upset, but that doesn't mean he's in the right or that it's warranted towards the refs always.
Definitely.
See what Coach John Galvin can whip up on the offensive end here with 66 seconds to go in the shot clock, 7:27 in the game. A goal here would be huge because then those last couple of possessions, if you're tied up, it's okay. You're not feeling the need to force it as much because worse comes to, given that your defense holds steady, you're going to go over to overtime. So this would be a huge offensive possession opportunity for CU here.
Definitely, with 7.5 minutes left. Still a lot of game left to be played. Lacrosse is a game of runs. I don't know if anyone else has been watching Division I this year, but it's anyone's national championship, just how it is in the MCLA. Anyone can win it. Hopefully, you know, it'd be nice to see one of these two teams, and maybe not both of them playing each other.
CU with almost a great opportunity there. Number 24 set a little backside seal, which is kind of an off-ball pick on the Chapman defender. As he saw his offensive guy pop around him, the seal guy was open on a roll. A little bit of a savvy play there, kind of some of the box game, which you're seeing translated into offenses now. Great look by CU, but didn't handle the ball. And on cue, CU forces a shot clock violation or clear violation as Chapman is not able to get over the midfield line in time. And there's some chaos in the box with the Chapman coaches fired up, yelling at the refs. See if anything results out of that.
It was a great play by 28 and Chapman on that GB, getting that clear started. As a short stick defender, it went wide. As a short stick defender, that's probably one of the toughest positions to play because you don't have that extra 3 feet on a 6-foot pole like most do.
Shot there by CU number 11 coming upfield as a slide was drawn by the wing dodging midi. Just not able to bury it. You know, that's kind of one of those, speaking of wearing number 11, finishing in the crease, Ben Wharton patented looks there back in the day. But you got to take another step or two upfield or drop your stick around the goalie. He tried to stick it near side. Missed opportunity for CU, which would have tied things up. 6:21 to go here in the fourth quarter. Chaos at the midline as Chapman and CU are battling as Chapman's trying to clear the ball. Refs haven't called which way possession will go. Chaos ensues.
I thought I heard black ball. It might have been from the coach.
One of the officials, JD, giving the Chapman bench the business right now, asking them to back up and be quiet as they're getting pretty lively over there. You can almost sense their ease or uncomfortability with this game slipping away where they feel they could steal one on the road here. CU carries the ball on the near side wing, looking to push from those corners to draw a slide.
Ooh.
Great shot opportunity from CU. Screen shot, but doesn't put it around the defender. One thing I noticed, they're kind of running corner exchanges and spiking the ball back, trying to draw the defender, and then getting a little step-down opportunities. They throw it back behind them. Look for that to be the go-to here in the last couple minutes as it's created a lot of good opportunities.
I really liked how 24 there didn't really wince and get out of the way of the shot. As a defender, if you're blocking, screening your goalie, and a offensive player is shooting, you need to take that. And that was a great job. While that won't be a save for the goalie there or anyone else. That is definitely a big-time possession play. They get the ball back.
On the ride there, number 11 for Colorado threw a big slap check and broke his stick, had to run off. CU kept the ride up as Chapman Gilman the ball into the lower corner. Gilman is where we kind of just dump it on a Hail Mary whim so that we don't get a violation on the clear. But Chapman caught the ball. CU defender a bit too aggressive. Probably should have been a push with possession. But
definitely could have been. Would not have argued that call at all.
Yeah, loose ball push there, retains the ball for Chapman. 74 seconds to go in this possession and 5:12 in the fourth quarter.
Chapman taking their time here. In an open set. Now they send a guy to the crease. Looks like they're about to get a dodge started right up top.
Yeah, look for this long dodge from up top as they kind of want to sneak that backside attackman. His CU's 2 and 3 slides have been a bit lazy here.
Wide open shot. A little far out. Not the best angle, but definitely an open shot. CU's got to close down on that, and 8 needs to convert on that if they want to get this win from Chapman up 1.
Yeah, I probably want that shot back there, take maybe 10% off of it and place it. Everyone seems to be captivated with the low to high sidearm shot, but it's been lowly successful for both teams here. Chapman with an errant pat, ball is loose. CU had an opportunity to pick it up and push transition, but Chapman will retain the ball. There appears to be an official timeout. Not exactly sure what's going on. We will wait to hear what happens here.
Chapman still with the ball, almost a full shot clock's worth of time left. They got plenty of time to run their offense the way they want to.
One observation here, it appears that some of the fans should put some of their free time towards being referees because everyone seems to have a strong opinion and is letting them be known right now. That being said, the refs have bumped the shot clock down to 25 seconds. It was around 67, so it was not a reset. And there's 4:17 to go here in the fourth quarter. CU needs a stop and to get a shot on the other end to tie things up. Loose ball on the ground, far right corner. Both teams scrapping for it. See who wants it more here near the sideline. Out on Chapman. CU will have the ball, pushing it towards the offensive zone.
Hey, great fight by both of them. Cottrell keeping it on the ground. Doesn't need to get the GB right there. Just making sure the ball goes out of bounds. And here he has the ball, clearing it right now.
Chapman looks like they're not going to push a heavy ride. They want to drop back and play 6-on-6 and take their chances with their defense here. Don't want to create an odd man situation in transition.
I'd say with CU's choice of offense, that's a great job. You know, they score most of theirs on transitions.
Shot by number 8 for CU on a sweep dodge to the middle. Good shot attempt, but didn't look like the offense was in sync because they didn't have an attackman behind to retain possession. Costly mental error. You always got to have at least one attackman back there to retain possession, and Chapman is on the clear now.
Exactly. Great heads up by Chapman with 15 seconds left to clear.
Heavy aggressive ride by CU trying to force a clear violation as Chapman dumps the ball at the far end. Ball goes out of bounds. Heads drop, hands go up. People are flustered. CU seeing an opportunity for life as another offensive possession is given here.
Definitely. Coach Galvin with that 10-man ride wants to steal possessions. Oh, there's already an offsides. That is wrong. CU, and we're going to get probably a delay of game, rolling the ball away. So not only do they lose possession, they go man down most likely.
Absolutely brutal call, in my opinion, by the referees there. It's their responsibility to set the field before the whistle's blown. That being said, so if a whistle is blown before guys are onside, that's on them to make sure the field is set. And there were 4 CU defenders plus the goalie back on the defensive zone. I think that was a blown call by the referees, and CU gets a delay of game, rolling the ball in frustration. Costly mental error. For 30 seconds, Chapman will be on the man up.
Yeah, that's big. I mean, the rule states you got to drop it right where you are. So even if it rolls a couple yards, 3-4 yards, they might call it if it's going to change the pace of a game. There's a possibility there that Chapman could have had a fast break opportunity. Now they have a man up opportunity.
You know, and as a coach, that's a really tough situation because part of your energy and frustration wants to go to the referees. Part of your energy and frustration wants to go to your players who made a compounding mistake when something bad already happened. And then your other whatever's remaining, your energy goes towards getting the stop and trying to get an offensive possession next time you guys get the ball. So tough spot for John Galvin here, but he's been in this situation many a times. We'll see what Dallas Hartley does for his team on the other end. Shot by Chapman, saved by number 23 for CU. Good shot opportunity, another sidearm release. CU looking to retain possession here. Kind of an errant pass by the goalie. Ball's up 50-50. Ball's loose on the ground, number 11. CU carries it. 2:34 to go in the fourth quarter. We are all even as the penalty is released here. Look for a good CU look to try to tie things up.
Definitely. You don't want to go with the first shot. You want to go with the best shot in an 8-9 game down one. You know, and as Chapman, lockdown defense. Defense wins championships. This is where it is right here if they can shut them down.
Yeah, and if I'm Coach John Galvin, the CU offense, we're not looking for anyone to be a superstar. We want to trust in each other, play team offense, get slides drawn, move the ball around, and rely on each other to get a good opportunity.
Definitely, and Chapman looks like they're in sync on D.
30 seconds to go in the shot clock. CU pushing the low corner from behind, not getting a step on his man. Shot low to high off the goalie's face. Clock will reset. Another shot just over the crossbar. Had a guy wide open on the backside to skip. 75 seconds on the shot clock, and it appears that Coach Dallas Hartley and Chapman will be taking a timeout to put a defensive strategy in to try to hold CU in check here on this, what appears to be one of the last possessions.
A pretty solid timeout as D. You know, sometimes you don't want to give that the offense a chance to draw something up, but with a one-goal game and a minute 40 left, you know, you need lockdown defense right here, and Chapman so far seems up to the task.
Yeah, and if you're Coach John Galvin for University of Colorado, you're very excited that Coach Dallas Hartley wanted to call a timeout because it gives you an opportunity to talk to your 6 guys that you want to get out there and what kind of look we're going to go for given how we've beaten Chapman earlier in the game and how they're playing right now. It's all you could ask for. As a coach, you want to try to control as much as you can, even though there's only so much you can control. But it definitely gives you a little good feeling when you can talk to your guys before you send them out there. .140 to go here in the fourth quarter, 75 seconds on the shot clock. Number 5, Chapman, is up 9-8 against number 9 ranked Colorado. We will be back here on Sunday afternoon at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time as the University of Colorado takes on Concordia for hopefully a nice day with some better weather and a little warmer than we are right now.
Definitely. The spring can bring any sort of weather from any season, unfortunately, here in Colorado.
You know, here on defense, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Dallas Hartley threw them in his zone, try to keep things off ball a little tighter and close those shooting lanes. But the other point, throwing your guys into a defense they're not necessarily used to, you could kind of throw them out of whack and give a great opportunity for Colorado. So we'll see what shakes out.
Definitely. With the way CU wants to move the ball and the movement they have off ball, I like the zone look if they do go to it.
As we were chatting there, number 14 for CU took a great shot that bounced off one of the Chapman defenders on a step down as they pushed from X. Ball went back to the CU defensive zone, and they picked up a GB and brought it to the other end. Saved by number 41 for Chapman. They have the ball, 74 seconds to go on the shot clock with 1:06 in the game. Errant pass against the near sideline. CU picks it up, and it's CU ball. 1:02 to go in the game, 80 seconds on the shot clock.
That's a pass you need to make. It was a far one, but, you know, the rain earlier in the day, warming up, could have played a factor in that, bagging that stick out a little bit. You know, this is very important for CU to try and capitalize. Great pick by number 5. Great nugget.
A bit of fool's gold there for number 51 from CU. Had a guy ball side on the step down, number 11, that he could have had for a great look, but instead he tried to jam it to the middle for a high risk, low reward look that Chapman picked off, and Chapman now has the ball
with
26 seconds on the midline. We have a Chapman timeout by Coach Dallas Hartley with 25 seconds to go in the game. CU down by a goal. Look for CU to double the ball with 2 poles and have a goalie on one of the attackmen, leaving the cage open, trying to put their 2 best on-ball defenders, forcing the turnover and create some offensive transition.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm not a coach since I'm calling this game, but I'd like to see coach over there at Chapman kind of just run it out, because this gives CU a chance to set something up. Granted, you never know. He might be confident in what he is setting up himself.
Yeah, and on the offensive zone, kind of as Cam mentioned, you'd expect to see them give the ball to their most athletic guy, best stick handler, and try to leg it out, kill the clock as much as possible. If you're an off-ball offensive guy, you kind of want to clear out underneath, stay out of the way of the ball carrier. That way you don't bring an extra defender to try to allow them to triple team and put the ball on the floor. So this is when you have to execute. And if you're CU, you hope you can get the ball on the floor and give yourself a shot. And if you're Chapman, you hope the ball doesn't go anywhere near the ground and you keep your stick for the next 25 seconds and get the hell out of Dodge.
Exactly. 25 seconds is still plenty of time to get a goal in. You know, they just need CU, if they want to do that, they probably need to get the ball on the ground within the next 5 seconds once the clock starts. But if Chapman can get around that double team, they might have that win.
Yeah, and you're seeing some frustration from some of the CU attackmen making physical gestures of frustration right now. As you can tell, they had a couple good looks, but couldn't necessarily bury the hatchet. And you know, you hate to see it for a CU fan and the CU team.
Great trickery right there by the Chapman coach, doing a double substitution, having someone come off from the D side, step over, back on sides, and having a guy come out of the box. Open pass right there. John Galvin saw it, but it was a little too late.
3 seconds to go. Looks like Chapman's going to finish the sent out, folks. Get back to Southern California as they come to Boulder and beat the University of Colorado Buffaloes by a score of 9-8 in a very good game. We thank you guys all for joining in. Thank you for Cam hopping on to the call.
Thank you for having me.
And we look forward to some feedback and to the game on Sunday. We hope you guys all tune in and enjoyed the experience. Feel free to share any feedback or thoughts with us to make this the best for you guys that we can. Thank you guys very much. Signing out.